On behalf of the Window and Door Manufacturers Association, I want to welcome you to your AIA DHI certified webinar. I'm WDMA Vice President Technical Services, Jeff Lewinsky, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to this course. The course will begin with a presentation on the updated standards. At the conclusion of the presentation, you will receive information on how to access the online quiz. Credits for the quiz have been approved by both AIA and DHI. Upon completion of the quiz, you will be directed to the WDMA website where you will be able to access your copy of the standard free of charge. You will be receiving your certificate of completion by email in approximately 2 to 3 business weeks. For questions, please contact us at 202-367-1157 or email wdma@wdma.com. Today, you will be learning about the 2013 ANSI WDMA I.S.6A standard. Architectural stile and rail doors are part of a superior interior built environment, and now there is an improved standard to guide their specification. A major overhaul to industry interior architectural door standards is seen in ANSI WDMA I.S.6A 2013, the industry standard for interior architectural stile and rail doors. I.S.6A has been developed with a focus on performance-driven specifications. After completing this course, you will be knowledgeable on the following. You will be able to describe the difference between the various architectural wood, stile, and rail door standards in the marketplace, and know why you should use the newest performance-based design standards. You will also know how to identify interior architectural wood door performance levels based on where they are to perform within a facility, and then define the distinct performance levels or grades for these doors that are crucial in their overall specification. This presentation is divided into 7 sections. It begins with a general discussion of architectural stile and rail door standards, and then goes into the performance specifications of ANSI WDMA I.S.6A. It then delves into greater detail about some of the testing and requirements of the standards, and the duty level applications and how they are measured and evaluated. Following that is a description of some of the aesthetic and finishing guidelines in the standard, plus specification checklist. The presentation ends with a discussion of the WDMA, AWS, and QSI standards and a comparison amongst them. Following the presentation, you will be given information on how to take the test in order to receive your AIA or DHI credit. A major overhaul to interior architectural door standards, ANSI WDMA I.S.6A 2013, industry standard for interior architectural wood, stile, and rail doors is ready, and the focus is on providing performance-driven specifications. The move towards integrating those performance standards with job specifications is WDMA's ongoing strategy. It's a win-win for the specifier and the manufacturer, but especially for the end user, who can rely on the tested architectural wood doors to serve the facility well over the long haul. Architectural doors have always been scrutinized by the specifier, designer, and end user because they are visible and play an important role in the overall efficiency and longevity of the building. Now, by integrating duty performance with other door functional requirements early in the construction pre-planning stages of a project, interior architectural wood doors come full circle as products that can meet the needs of the entire building project. To correctly plan, design, and select interior architectural doors, specifiers need the proper tools. They need to know which door is correct for the opening based on code, and which door is right for the type of environment in which the door will operate. A door in a facility that experiences heavy use on a daily basis must be able to perform at a higher level than a door that has little or infrequent use. That's the real world, and that's how doors must be manufactured and specified as well. That is what ANSI WDMA I.S.6A 2013 does. It makes sense for interior architectural door standards to recognize in-service performance, and the ANSI WDMA I.S.6A standard has stepped up to meet the rigors of both normal and extraordinary usage. The re-released standard for architectural stile and rail doors reflects the importance of the built environment in which interior wood doors are used. ANSI WDMA I.S.6A, industry standard for interior architectural wood stile and rail doors, is a major overhaul and rewrite of the existing well-known industry interior architectural door standard. The revised standard is fully synchronized with other WDMA door standards for both content and organization wherever possible. Further, through cooperation with the Architectural Woodwork Institute, the Architectural Woodwork Manufacturers Association of Canada, and the Woodwork Institute, the second edition of the Architectural Woodwork Standards incorporates the testing and performance duty level criteria pioneered by WDMA. The significance to the specifier has to do with the performance emphasis rather than reliance on prescriptive design specifications. Older standards told manufacturers what materials to use and what dimensions each component needed to be. The result was a functional door, but also a product that could not take advantage of innovative assembly or materials. The result also meant that some doors were required to overutilize scarce or dwindling sustainable materials, such as certified wood, hiding most of the volume of these resources inside the door assembly. ANSI WDMA I.S.6A is flexible and recognizes innovation in materials and technology, giving manufacturers the ability to use lesser grades, engineered and composite materials as long as they meet the performance criteria for function and the aesthetic criteria for overall appearance outlined by the standard. ANSI WDMA I.S.6A is the culmination of intensive work by the WDMA Architectural Door Codes and Standards Committee and many other individuals and organizations. For example, WDMA worked with the Hardwood, Plywood, and Veneer Association, creating new face veneer charts that apply specifically to architectural and commercial wood, stile, and rail doors. WDMA then adopted these charts for use in I.S.6A. ANSI WDMA I.S.6A standard contains a considerable amount of detail that manufacturers and specifiers need in order to precisely understand how a door is to be specified, constructed, and tested. Following is an overview of the major criteria within the standard. Older, pre-2004 edition of WDMA's Architectural Stile and Rail Door Standards used aesthetic grades of premium or custom, not only to describe the appearance of the door, but also to imply a level of functionality. Premium was felt to provide a greater overall strength than custom. The updated WDMA standard, however, reserves premium and custom grades to describe appearance and aesthetic values for architectural doors, while three performance duty levels, standard, heavy duty, and extra heavy duty, are added to reflect appropriate usage. If the performance duty level is not specified, the standard establishes heavy duty as the default. 7 performance attributes and applicable test methods classify a wood, stile, and rail door and its construction into the various levels. These include adhesive durability, cycle slam, hinge loading, screw holding, telegraphing, warp tolerance, and squareness. Adhesive bond durability, WDMA TM6, determines the performance of adhesive bonds for doors under accelerated aging conditions. Cycle slam, WDMA TM7, determines the physical endurance of wood doors and associated hardware connections under accelerated actual operating conditions. Standard duty doors are tested for 250,000 cycles, heavy duty 500,000 cycles, and extra heavy duty doors for 1 million cycles. Hinge loading, WDMA TM8, determines the ability of a door stile to resist the horizontal withdrawal of an attached hinge. Screw holding, WDMA TM10, determines the ability of door components to resist the withdrawal of an individual screw perpendicular to the component, either through the face or through the door edge. 3 other performance parameters are described within the standard itself. These are telegraphing, which determines the minimum differential offset between core components that might be visible through the door face, warp tolerance, which determines the allowable variation of a door from a flat plane, and squareness, which determines the overall differential in squareness of the door slab. Together, these tests determine whether the door construction is classified as either standard, heavy, or extra heavy duty. Specifying a door by its performance duty level matches the door construction to its application, helping to ensure not only appropriate performance for high usage doors, but also economy for doors less frequently used. While the performance section of the standard is the major focus, additional revisions were made to synchronize ANSI WDMA I.S.6A with ANSI WDMA I.S.1A, industry standard for interior architectural wood flush doors, and to harmonize the WDMA standards with the architectural woodwork standards. Other changes were incorporated to update and improve the standards. Included updated veneer charts. The revised standard contains the latest HPVA face veneer charts for a wider range of commonly available wood species, including several popular softwoods. More and more architectural wood doors are pre-finished at the factory, rather than at the construction job site. Improved appearance, durability, environmental compliance, and quality control are but a few of the advantages that factory finishing provides over job site finishing. ANSI WDMA I.S.6A has been updated to further explain the advantages and choices of finishing systems that are most often used for architectural and commercial wood doors. Wood stile and rail door guide specifications vary, but there are certain aspects that must be addressed to ensure that the doors meet the requirements of the specifier and the building owner, and that sufficient information is provided to door manufacturers to ensure that the correct doors are furnished. ANSI WDMA I.S.6A includes a specification checklist, providing a concise reference to help make sure all key specification and product identification requirements are addressed. The checklist also identifies which individual options have been established by the standard as the default, simplifying and guiding the product selection process. Specifying a door would not be complete without furnishing information regarding handling of the door once it reaches the job site. ANSI WDMA I.S.6A includes comprehensive criteria on job site storage, handling, finishing, installation, cleaning, touch-up, adjustment, and maintenance. By adhering to these guidelines, job site contractors can help assure the high quality of the product supplied by the wood door manufacturer. Specifiers need to be aware that premium grade doors under the Architectural Woodwork Standards, WDMA, and QSI specifications have face veneer requirements that can significantly affect door cost. QSI premium doors require wider flitch width than WDMA and AWS premium doors. Premium doors under WDMA and AWS standard require higher veneer grade than custom doors. Specifiers and distributors need to be aware of both the physical and cost-related differences between each of the standards and veneer grades when ordering and furnishing premium doors. Specifiers should use the current or latest editions of the WDMA standard and AWS standard in lieu of older WDMA standards or the QSI. Most architectural and commercial doors are not directly associated with paneling or millwork and are not required to match them. Thus, the requirements in ANSI WDMA I.S.6A 13 are more than adequate to ensure consistent appearance amongst doors. However, the architectural woodwork standards are typically used in installations where the doors are blueprint matched to wall paneling or the doors are adjacent to millwork. Therefore, these standards match requirements on the doors to be consistent with the surrounding millwork. This completes our webinar on ANSI WDMA I.S.6A, industry standard for architectural interior wood stile and rail doors. We thank you for taking this webinar. The information on this slide tells you how to access the WDMA website. Take the quiz to obtain your AIA or DHI certificate.